Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Eddie Simon again, doing my best to live every single day without regrets. It's hard, it's not easy, it takes a lot of forethought, it takes a lot of planning, but it's so worth it because tomorrow's not promised, right? Two things we don't have control over: the fact that we're here living on this earth and the fact that we're gonna leave one day. But this one thing you and I have control over each and every day, that we're allowed to wake up and experience beautiful fresh air. And that is what we do with the time that we're given, the impact we make, the significance we can make while we're here. So guys, today I wanted to shoot a really short video to share with you about something that I think that's pretty cool and something that came to me while I was really thinking about it. And even as I'm going through this process of shooting videos and just trying my best to give content that would add value to people's lives. And that's the law of exchange. I mean, I'm going through this right now. The law of exchange, right? And there's three real simple points to the law of exchange that I want to share with you guys. And I really hope it touches your life and you can apply them just by having this content. The law of exchange is simply this for me: you get nothing without giving anything, right? So that's the first point. The first point of the law of exchange is the very foundation that you will get nothing. And I'll venture to say in life, you will get nothing in life without having to exchange something, right? There's a term that people say, there's no such thing as free lunch, right? Somebody exchanged for that. Somebody paid for that. So in our life, I would love for us to adopt that phrase, that there is no such thing as free when I want to go after something, right? You're that person. Maybe you're that person that, hey, I want to go higher in life. I want to start my own business. I want to get promoted on my job. I want to be in a better relationship. I want to be in a relationship, right? I want a better functioning relationship with my spouse, with my children. The point is, you want more. But I need you to understand that there is a law of exchange. You will not get more unless you're willing to give something. That's point number one. If you want to increase your level of influence on your job, if you want to get promoted, what have you been giving, right? If you want them to pay you more on your job, what are you willing to give for that exchange? If you want more authority and more influence at your job, what have you given up to get that promotion? You want to start your own business, but maybe you're still coming home, you don't really have a schedule, you eat a little bit, you sit, watch TV for a couple hours, and you fall asleep. I mean, who expects to start a business that way? The weekend comes up, you already have the weekend packed out with all these fun, great things you're gonna do, but you have no time allotted to actually work on your business. Guys, the law of exchange, if you want to get to another level in your financial life, you have to be willing to give up some time. You have to be willing to give up some of your resources. Have you put money away to invest in your business? When was the last time you read a new book, sat down and gave up a party, gave up that club night, gave up a couple of those social media hours to invest in a new book, to invest in just thinking time, to journal some ideas? Guys, I'm telling you, the law of exchange is simple. Point number one, if you want to get more, you got to be willing to give something up. So we're going to point two. Point two is very similar to point one, but it's a different perspective. Point two simply says about the law of exchange, if you want to become something new, you have to get rid of the old you, right? There's no way that you're going to become this new person if you're not willing to absolutely kill the old person, right? Hey, wow, I want to lose 20 to 30 pounds, which is going to make me this fit person, this slim person, fit in new clothes. I'm going to look differently. I'm going to feel better. Well, guess what? There's no way you'll become that new you if you're not willing to kill the old you. And what's killing the old you? Changing your eating habits, changing your diet habits, changing your exercise habits, changing the places you go to eat and the way you plan your meals. You got to kill the old you. You have to kill your old philosophies. If you want to get promoted on your job, well, guess what? If you want to be that new supervisor, that new manager, if you want to be that new husband, that new wife, if you want to be that new father, You have to be willing to kill the old person. What are the methodologies right now? What are the philosophies that are in your head about fathering, about being a husband, right? With a husband, I'm supposed to always be in control. I'm supposed to always say what goes. Well, hey, here's a new philosophy for you as a husband. Maybe you should be the #1 servant in your household. Right? I'm not saying you have to take that on, but what I'm saying is, if you want to see something different in your situation, if you want to be a new person, the law of exchange says, in my perspective, you have to be willing to kill the old person, because the old person hasn't been working. The old person says, I need to watch this video to figure out what I need to do to get more in life. So I'm telling you, after you first understand the law of exchange at a foundational level, which is point 1, to get more, you got to give more. Point 2 says, to become new, you have to kill the old. Point blank. You know, I'm not ashamed to say it, but I'm a very strong believer in the Christian faith. I read the Bible. I try my best to understand the points and the philosophies that it teaches. And one thing that it says in the Bible, you can find it, you can Google it, I don't know the exact place it's at, but it says that in order to follow the leader of the Christian faith, which is Jesus Christ, you have to be willing to deny yourself, right? Very similar concept. If you're gonna follow me and experience this amazing life and this amazing kingdom that I talk about, he told his followers, guess what? You gotta lose your old life. You gotta let go of your old life. There goes that law of exchange again. It doesn't matter if it's in your faith, if it's in your financials, if it's in your professional career, if it's in your social life. Guys, if you want to become something new, you better get ready to kill the old. Not gonna spend too much more time on that. Point 3. Point 3 is something I know you've heard before, so I'm not gonna have to spend a lot of time on it. But the reason I make it point 3 is because you have to do the first 2 things. You have to understand the first 2 things. You have to understand the first 2 points, which is, in order to get more, you have to give more. In order to become new, you have to kill the old. And now you'll be able to identify point 3. And point 3 is this: what is your why? See, I just gave you an example of, in the Christian faith, it says, in order to follow me, Jesus said this, the leader of the Christian faith, in order to follow me, in order to get this new, beautiful life that I'm promising you, you have to get rid of your old life. But he says something on top of that. He says, for my sake. He says you have to give it up for my sake. So it's like, whoa, I have to give up my old life if I want the new. And the reason I'm doing it is because of you. Like, whoa, that's powerful. So what is your why? What is your my sake? What is the thing that will make you give up? Point 1, give up more to get more. What is the thing that will make you do point 2, kill the old in order to become the new? If you don't have a strong enough why, come on. People love talking the talk. Oh, I want more money. Really? I heard somebody say, to really get to the core of your why, you have to ask yourself why 7 times. Man, I want a new job. Why? Because I'm not happy here. Why? X, Y, and Z. Why? Try. It's a beautiful exercise. Whenever you think you're dissatisfied about a situation and you want more out of a situation, ask yourself why, at least minimum 7 times, and see what answers you come to. And when you get to the point where you can't answer anymore, that's your true why. And you start to identify that and develop that. So let's get back to point 3. Guys, what is your why? What is the thing that is so valuable, that is so heavy in your heart, that you are so passionate about, that you just have to have, that will make you give up more to get more, that will make you kill the old you in order to finally become the new you? When you can find that why, when you can find that reason, I guarantee you points 1 and point 2 will happen automatically. But maybe you're that person that you thought you had a why. You've been working towards a business. You've been working in your relationship. You've been trying to develop your marriage or your relationship with your child. But you're realizing that, man, I'm not willing to give up more. to get more, to get a different situation. I haven't been able to kill the old me to finally become this new me that I envisioned. Well, maybe your why isn't strong enough. Maybe your why isn't deep enough. Maybe that why you thought you had, you need to ask yourself why a couple more times. Because I'm telling you, when that why is identified, whew, 1 and 2 happens naturally. So guys, I hope this video helped you out. If you're in a position again, or you know somebody in a position that needs to understand the law of exchange, that's been stuck where they are, maybe these are the points that they need to hear that will help them just push a little further. I try my best to keep it simple, keep it plain, and keep it applicable for you. So guys, if you like the content, if you appreciate the content, if it's valuable to your life, please leave a comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and send me some topics you would love me to talk about. But I really appreciate you joining me on this journey to live a significant, impactful life. Remember, 2 things we can't control, guys. The fact that we're here, the fact that we're going. Tomorrow's not promised. But one thing, this one thing, out of many, but this one thing we do have control over is how significant and how impactful we are each and every day. We are blessed to be here. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.